Hey guys, yeah, back on the 97 TRX 300EX. You remember where I left off? Well, first it wouldn't start when it got here. They thought it was just a starter. Ended up being a starter clutch. Then we got the engine to turn. I was able to get the thing started, only to find out that a bunch of bolts were stripped out of the head up here. So I could not get this repaired inside the motor. So I ended up taking the rocker box off. That technically it's called the cylinder head cover, but it actually holds the rocker arms. Had to take off the head, take off the cylinder. The only reason why I had to do that is see where these nuts are right here, this one and this one? They're on top of studs that go all the way down. You can see the bosses for them right there. They go all the way through the block. So once you loosen them up, you disturb all these gaskets and they have to be replaced. So anyway, I had to take it off to do this repair, but what I ended up finding out in the meantime, and it's going to maybe make this a little more difficult, this thing has a big bore kit in it, 330 big bore, and it's got a hot racing cam. It's high compression piston, so that's probably why it was going through starters and starter clutches, because there's no compression release. One of the reasons I'm bringing that up is because if you remember back when I did originally get it started and idled fine, but it wasn't wanting to take throttle yet. And I got a feeling this carburetor is not going to be adequate. We'll have to jet it, or have to rebuild the old one and jet it or whatever. But yeah, the saga continues. So got it started, but it had strip bolts, and that's no good because, like I said before, this houses the rocker arms, which are pushing down on the springs in the head to control the valve. So all that's got to be in really good condition. And they were all stripped out. So took care of that, got it all back together, and now I'm back to where I was a while ago. It took a little while because at first I was going to try to repair this in the bike with an angle drill and all this, but I just could not get it right, and the best way was to take it out. So did that, but then when I found out it was a big bore kit, I had to special order some gaskets because the cylinder hole and the hole up top of the head there, with top of the piston, is larger, so the original gaskets or stock gaskets that you would order would not fit. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey, and here we are back to where we were a month or so ago. So anyway, let's see if we can get her cranked up. Okay guys, got it all set up here. Got some fuel going in here. I'm just gonna choke it, and it should fire right up. Now remember, I don't have the, I still got to get the switch fixed. I probably already said that. Okay, so that should be on. And I'm just jumping the solenoid here. One last check. You guys ready? Oh, hold on. Let me double check something here. Just double check. I'm sure it's still got plenty of oil in it. Yep, nice fresh oil too. Always a good idea, you never know. It's been sitting a while. Okay, good looking oil, plenty of it. Sorry about putting my butt in the screen. Ready? Come on. That's what I'm talking about. go through some heat cycles. Don't mind that, that's just oil and stuff burning off, grease, what have you. That thing fired right off though, didn't it? But like I was saying earlier, if you remember, the last time I fired it up, I couldn't get it to take any throttle. Every time I tried to throttle it, it bogged out. So I got a feeling we're gonna have to do some major jetting. I don't even know what you can get for these, to tell you the truth. So I may end up having, I got the old carburetor over there, it's really rough shape. I may end up having to rebuild that thing and jet that one and get that carburetor back on it. That would be the best thing, but we'll see what happens here. Like I say, it's already broke in. I just put it back together, but I still like to make sure everything's meshing up good. The engine's not super tight on the inside. You can hear a little bit of noise. That's okay. I think she's gonna still run forever, but I'm gonna crank her back up here in a second and we'll see if she'll take any throttle. So stand by. Okay guys, we're gonna give it all the help it can get here. I put the air duct back on it, the boot. That gives it a little restriction on the carb, which in return will restrict it a little bit, create a little more vacuum and suck more fuel up. So that'll give it an opportunity to rev up. I'm only gonna just see if it'll take throttle. I'm not gonna go crazy on it yet. But I'm curious to see if it will fire up. Well, I know it'll fire up, I mean rev up. Yeah, see if it'll fire up. Yeah, we got some fuel here. Ready? Just as we thought. What I basically did there, guys, was I choked this carburetor, which restricted the air and made it suck more fuel. So this carb is going to be set up really lean for this motor now that it's a big bore, got a hot cam in it and all that kind of stuff. So you saw it will end up revving up. So the motor's good as far as that goes. Just got to get the fuel situation, the fuel delivery situation worked out. I got to figure out what I'm going to do if I can. I got to find out if that carburetor is the same as the stock one. Can I jet this one, or am I going to have to put the old one back on? So anyway, that's the next step anyway. Got her fired back up. It will rev a little. Just needs the jetting properly, probably needle shimmed up, and or like I say, put the original carb back on. So anyway, we got work to do yet. I still got to get the brake on it and some things like that, but we're back to square one. So yeah, that's it. That's the whole gist of the situation here. I appreciate y'all watching. This isn't real exciting, I know, but hey, this is part of it. This is some of the things I'm trying to get done so I can move on. I got some awesome projects coming up, guys. I got some builds that I'm going to be doing. I got a bunch of restorations already lined up. A couple more will be here before long. And I'm just trying to get some of this stuff knocked out so I can get on with those and get set up real good to be doing that kind of work. And anyway, enough rambling on. Thanks for watching. Peace out.